Hi, my name is Faye Sonier, and I'm legal counsel at the EFC's Center for Faith and Public Life. And today I have with me Rick Heemstra, who is Director of Research and Media Relations at the EFC. Well, it seems that EFC's journal, Church and Faith Trends, has just released a new article about staffing. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, the article's name is Canadian Evangelical Congregational Full and Part-Time Staffing Complements, 2003 to 2009. Now that's quite a mouthful, but I want to just highlight a couple of things about it. First finding is that evangelical churches, especially rural ones, are increasingly having trouble finding full-time staff. The other major finding is that we're increasingly moving from full-time generalists to part-time specialists, so we're increasing the number of full-time staff.
Okay. So I guess this article will really help Canadian evangelical churches determine whether or not they're falling into normal practices in terms of hiring fewer generalists and more specialists. Is that right? Or
well, it'll help them know what is normal and what the trends are.
Okay.
So there's a few questions that go along with this. First of all, we have to be asking ourselves as a movement, why are we having such trouble finding full-time staff?
That's a good question.
So in rural churches especially, in 2003, 18% of churches reported that they had no full-time staff, and that had grown to 28% by 2009, which is a big growth. So the same sort of trend is happening in urban churches, but it's not quite as pronounced. One of the other things that we have to ask ourselves is if we're hiring more part-time staff and we have a bigger head count in our churches, how are we educating, doing theological education for our staff? So, for instance, we have questions like whose responsibility is it to see that our staff have the required theological education? Does it belong to the staff person or the church? The median investment in education on an annual basis for congregations is about $1,500. Is that adequate to do both ongoing education for our staff or even just getting that baseline education that we want for them? Are we designing Christian higher education courses that will meet those needs, and is that important to us as a movement?
Wow, this sounds like some very significant trends to keep an eye on. Where can they get more information about this, Rick, or read the article?
Well, you can read the article at churchandfaithtrends.ca, or you can go to the EFC's website and follow the links.
Perfect. Thanks so much.